Hello, today's lesson is on classifying triangles. Today's target is I can classify triangles by their side lengths and angle measures. Before we get started, we're just going to review a little bit. A triangle is a three-sided polygon with 180-degree interior angles. So these both are considered triangles. They both have straight lines and they are all enclosed. Now we're going to review our angles. So we know if, let's look at the middle angle here. If the angle is a 90-degree angle, if it makes an L, it's considered a right angle. Anything less than 90 degrees is considered an acute angle. Anything more than 90 degrees is considered an obtuse angle. So there's two ways that we can classify triangles. That's by their angles and by their sides. So first we're going to look at the angles. So in all three triangles that we have here, all three triangles have two acute angles, or at least two acute angles. So this one has two acute angles, two acute angles, two acute angles. So how we're classifying the triangles is by that third angle. So in the first one, it's an acute triangle. So it's all three angles are less than 90 degrees. So we have our two acute angles, and that third angle is acute as well. So if they're all acute, then it's considered an acute triangle. The second one, we have two acute angles, and that third angle is a right angle. So this is considered a right triangle. And then the third one, we have our two acute angles, and the third angle is obtuse, which is greater than 90 degrees. So that's considered an obtuse triangle, excuse me. We can also classify triangles by their sides. So the first one that we have here is an equilateral triangle. So that means all three sides are equal. So these little marks right here tell us that each one of those sides is equal. Then we have an isosceles triangle, and it has two equal sides. And then we have a scalene triangle that has no equal sides. So none of those sides are equal. Okay, so it's time for our joke with Johnny. Johnny wants to know, why is the obtuse triangle always upset? Why is the obtuse triangle always upset? It's because he is never right. Okay, so now we're going to practice what we've learned today. We have 6 questions, and we need to name the triangles by their angles and by their sides. So go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, let's go ahead and see how you did. So on numbers 1 through 3, we're naming the triangles by their angles. So if we look at number 1, we see that there is a right angle. So that is going to be a right triangle. And we can also actually classify this as an isosceles triangle too, because this side right here and this side are both equal. So we can say it's a right triangle, and it's also an isosceles triangle. So I always get those mixed up. Okay, number 2, we have, and remember with our angles, we always have at least 2 acute angles, and it's that third angle that tells us what kind of triangle it is. So we have an acute angle here, acute angle here, but this one is obtuse. So this is going to be called an obtuse triangle. I'm just going to copy this word triangle so I don't have to keep typing it. Okay, and then we can also look at the sides on this one, and none of the sides are equal, so we can call it also a scalene triangle. Oh, my copy and paste isn't going to work. Okay, we call it a scalene triangle as well. Okay, then on the last one, looking at the angles, they're all 3 acute angles. So this would be considered an acute triangle. And all of the sides are equal. So if we're looking at the sides, we could also say that it's an equilateral triangle. Okay, Now we're going to go down to number 4, 5, and 6. And on these, we'll just look at the sides. So on number 4, we have two sides that are the same. So that would be an isosceles triangle when you have two sides that are the same. On number 5, we have all three sides that are the same. So that would be an equilateral triangle. And the last one we don't have on number 6, no sides are the same. So that would be considered a scalene triangle. Okay, here's your independent practice. You've got 6 problems. Numbers 1 through 3 are classifying triangles by their angles. So you just write in the name of the triangle in each one. And numbers 4, 5, and 6, you're naming the triangles by their sides. So you just write what kind of triangle it is in there. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed this lesson on classifying triangles. Have a good day, and I'll see you later.